Hello, Southland Division. This is your Division Manager, J. Brad Britton, and I'm wearing a long sleeve Istanbul shirt. The reason I'm wearing this shirt is because it's kind of chilly outside, but the reason I have this shirt is because we had a company trip planned to Istanbul several years ago, and then due to tensions in that area, we ended up changing, not going to Istanbul. So I still have never been, so I wear this to remind myself that will be a really cool place to visit in the world. Okay. We had a good week this last week. I want to recognize two of the top achievers and also go over on the newsletter the promotions that were recognized, and then just a real quick little bit about this upcoming weekend. And then I've got a question, a discussion question, which I know everyone loves so much. Okay, let me share the screenage. That is a word, screenage, by the way. It's a real word. All right, so here we go. Here are the top reps. Once again, not on the spreadsheet form. I like letting you guys look at this form every once in a while. So this is the way it looks before I move things. Like I can move this over here. It shows me what office is by the person. So here's the top people. Leah Connor, two of our CSPs, leading the way over 6K. Loic, not a CSP, full-time college student on winter break, knocking out 18 orders for the week, almost number one in orders for the week. And that's not working an event. That's working appointments. Good work, Loic. Excellent work, making sure that you're going to be going to Puerto Vallarta with us as well. Nate CSP, Francine CSP, these nice double-digit orders. Madison Britton with 15 orders, really rallying in the last 24 hours to win that trip to Puerto Vallarta. Got a lot of support from family and friends, and just really did a killer job. Had her biggest single day ever, after having her biggest single day ever about a week and a half ago, all for the push. So you had some good push periods going. Ruben Valdez continuing. Doing a very nice CSP. Here's some of the new folks here. We got a $3,800 from Downey. Nice job, Hans and team, helping this new young lady, Melissa, rock and roll. Good to see Seth, he's an advisor, almost to a senior advisor in North Orange County, just started a few weeks ago. Another CSP, Michael Lemaster here. Benny Luke Cooper, continues to roll. He's 100% qualified for Puerto Vallarta. Stuart decides on the last day he just wants to drop a U-bomb and sell an ultimate set. And make a nice week for himself. Auntie Swag, Sally Cigario, CSP 2,500. We got another fairly new person, Eduardo, here with 4 orders for 2,200. Very nice. And then Alexi Cruz rounds out our top 15. Very nice. Down here on the very bottom, you guys probably don't pay attention to this number, but this is displaying 1 through 15 of 87, meaning there's 87 reps on the newsletter this week. And last year, the same week, I just checked, we had 75. So nice improvement, between 10 and 20% increase of numbers of people there on the team compared to the same time last year. So that's really awesome as well. We're growing in many, many ways. I want to recognize everybody over 1,000. So let me go ahead and Alex Acevedo knocking out 1,400. Randy from Downey, 1,400. New person, Precious trainee out of Covina. With 2 orders for 1,400. South Orange County, Theodore. I don't know, you go by Theo. Looking forward to meeting some of you guys, some of you new people especially, with 3 orders for 1,300. Josh, over 1,300 as well from Downey. Bruckner, $1,200. Nice to see SFSMs, 50%ers here, knocking out business. And Kenneth Esquivel, around all his other duties in the office, knocking out $1,100. Tommy Gunn, 1,200. Nice work. Trino Ariano, 1,100. Aislinn from Newport Beach, another new person, a little over 1,000, good to see. And then Ryan from South Orange County, nice to see, over 1,000 as well. And then lots of other people with orders. I got to go through all of those details. I do want to recognize people with some promotions though. I like looking at this page. We have a lot of good representation, especially from West LA and Downey. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 promotions. First promotions recognized here from West LA. Nice to see. Santa Monica's represented here with Candace. Awesome. Then we've got Downey represented here, right up here. Then at the sales, also at the sales rep, continuing, more Downey. And then we've got West LA here, Brianna, good work. We've got a Santa Monica, Brandon Brown, not the Brandon Brown that just broke the all-time one-person record of over 1 million, but a new Brandon Brown, which is good. This Brandon Brown will be way better than the other Brandon Brown. Well, that's left to be seen. That's going to take some work, but it's possible. Anya from Newport Beach, nice to see with that advanced sales rep promotion, along with 2 from Downey, Joshua and Zoe. And then a West LA and advisor promotion here. We need more people in this column over here, by the way. We got lots. I think we have the most probably of any division in this column. but we need more and more in this column over here. Just wanted to point out one last thing on here. Leah Eliopoulos, now at 991 days that she's sold at least 1,000. Okay, there's something called a grand day. If you want to learn, we can teach you exactly how to have a grand day. Basically, takes 3 days of phone time leading up to try to pack in a day, 5 good solid Mac demos. That's the way to get a grand day. It's really difficult not to have a grand day. You're following the program, doing a good solid demo for 5 good Mac potential customers. But Leah's going to have 1,000 grand days here pretty soon. And I know some people don't track their grand days, but it's pretty cool that she does. And you guys, if you ever have $1,000 in a day, and this was, by the way, a $5,800 day, it wasn't just over 1,000. When you have a grand day, you go on Vector Connect. It's just how to do it right here. VectorConnect.com. Go to My Account. Click on Stats. Click on More. Click on Grand Day Entry. All you do is you don't have to keep track of how many grand days. It does that for you automatically. You just put how many demos, how many sales, and what your sales were for the day, and boom, it'll track your grand days. And I always like to see when people get to their 10th. That's a milestone. Then they get to their 50th, that's a milestone, then 100th, and then every 100 after that. And now Leah's about to establish a new benchmark milestone of 1,000. Okay, 1,000. That's pretty sweet. All right. Hey, we got a big conference coming up this weekend. I know many of the people that are listening here are already registered for the conference. If by some chance you have not heard about the chance to go and be a part of celebration of 2019 and also kicking off 2020, the people that really want to make money, the people that really want to succeed in our business, this is where they gather, and this is where they learn a lot of times the skills that propel them to the next level. If you're struggling, you haven't really found your groove yet in the business, then do whatever you got to do to get your manager to get you into this conference. There is a cost involved. I don't care if you got to go, sell an old bicycle, sell an old leather jacket, whatever you got to do, make it to this conference because it is absolutely worth your time. And it's not too late to register. You don't get the early bird registration where you can win some free Cutco. That ended on Sunday, but you can still register today and tomorrow, all the way up through Thursday for the conference. And if you think you want to go, but you might have a conflict, just bring it up. Talk to your manager. Be open about it, okay? Because if you have any idea of succeeding in the business, this is an absolute must. I've seen people that work for a month and barely sold more than $500 in a week. And then all of a sudden after a conference start selling 1,500, 2,000 a week fairly consistently and go on to become FSMs. And the small investment of time and money in this conference is probably the easiest return on investment you'll ever get anywhere. All right. And I look forward to meeting some of you for the first time ever at this conference coming up. All right. I got a question. Here's the question I'm going to pose to you. Here's what you want to do. You want to take a couple of minutes to think of your answer to this question, maybe jot down a few notes. You want to share with a partner. Your managers will help you partner up to 2 or 3 people. And then we'll do some group shares if there's time in your office, depending on your schedule. Here's the question of the day. There it is, right there. All right. When was the last time you felt inspired and why? Right? When was the last time you felt inspired and why? So just think about it. Think about, was it in the Cutco related? Was it when you were graduating from high school? When you were on a date? I mean, something. Figure out when did you feel inspired and what was it that created that feeling? What's the importance of asking questions like this? It helps us to connect to positive moments in our past. And the more you connect with those positive moments and the more you talk about them and think them through, you'll start to recognize patterns the more you do this. And when you start to recognize these patterns, you actually can learn how to create the circumstances that form those patterns, and you can actually create more positive experiences in your life, right? So that's why we ask cool questions like this. So talk amongst yourselves in groups of 2 or 3, discuss the question, take a minute or 2 to think about it, jot down a note, discuss the question, and then if anyone wants to share as a group, and there usually these facilitate some pretty good group discussion. All right. Hey, congratulations for another great week, Southland. We are moving up the ladder as far as the national prominence. We normally at this time of year aren't even in the top 20, but I think we're like number 15 or 16 as a division for the year so far. Usually in the spring is when we don't get into the top 20 until sometime February or March. So we're already there, moving forward. And, we got a shot at being the national champion this year, but it's going to take a lot of hard work from a lot of people. And if you want to be a part of that, you are welcome to do it. All right. Take care, everybody. And we'll see you this weekend.